All right, guys, how's it going? I'll be live on here at 6:30 UK time tonight, but I reckon by the time you see this video, it'll be later than then. I'm knackered. Don't know if you can tell. I was just shutting everything down actually, and I was playing back the video that I just uploaded about Alonso and Ornstein, Slot, and everything. Um, Not because I like watching myself, but when when I post a video online, I do try and make sure I uploaded the right one. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes I make mistakes. And then I was just potting around, and the video kept playing. Normally I just listen for a few seconds, but the video continued playing, so I was doing something, and I was just listening to it, and I said in that video something doesn't add up. And in between that, I'm reading your comments, that are coming in, and someone left a comment saying something like, "Yeah, well, when Edwards has gone or something, or Edwards and Hughes, or Alonso will get his day or something, or his opportunity or something like that at Liverpool." And it's like this is complete speculation on my part. I promise you that. But I just sat here and I'm thinking, is Edwards, for example, still feeding stuff out to give the impression everything's going a particular way? And really, it's not, if that makes sense, right? Because I'm thinking back to when when Alonso was last really heavily linked with us, with when Jurgen was leaving. It, if you remember at the time, and please do correct me if I'm wrong, because you know what my memory is like. I'm sure at the time there was claims that FSG really wanted Alonso, but Edwards didn't. And I'm sure the suggestion at the time was Edwards likes control, apparently, right? He wants to be in control, which is why maybe he wouldn't want to work with a Jurgen, or would if Alonso came in, would he be too powerful? Like if the fans idolize someone, um, you lose control. Because I just for the I just can't get my head around why. Um, it sounds like, again, there's nothing to back this up, but it sounds like Edwards doesn't want Alonso near Liverpool. Yet other clubs would like Alonso near them. And this isn't all about being like, an Alonso fanboy. I mean, for transparency, I would like Alonso to get the job, to be honest with you. But then again, I'd be happy for fucking Mike Bassett to get, to get the job over Anna Slot. So transparency, maybe you think I'm being biased, but I'm not. My people around here know I'm not like that, because ultimately, end of the day, I don't give a fuck. But it just makes me wonder if a certain line's being fed to the media, but really FSG are like, yeah, well, let's wait until it's someone, then we'll see. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. I'm pretty certain FSG really wanted Alonso last time, or were favouring that line. But then, if you bring in Edwards in, the man that you're going to give all the power to over director of football operations, you can't really ignore someone, right? Because what's the point of appointing them? So, for example, I work for my local football club here, right? So they brought me in to be director of media and growth strategy. Primarily growth, right, is my job, which is to grow the club, all right? And if you bring me in to do something, all right, because I didn't ask to do it, if you see, quality, as Rafa Benitez would say, quality in me, for sure, then you have to let me do my job, right? You can't hire me to or recruit me, or whatever you want to call it, to come in and do something and then not listen to my advice. Otherwise, what's the point, right? And I've had a bit of an example of that at the moment. What I do, you know, um, sort of like, this is just stuff that's been going on in the background today with that. Um, which I can't go into details about. But basically, I just feel like, well, if you're not listening to me, what's the point? I've got other things to do. So you can't bring in Edwards and go, we want you to come in. You're so important to us. We want you to run the football operations. And by the way, you have to appoint Alonso. It just doesn't work like that, really. So I'm very confident. Something doesn't add up, guys. And we will work it out at some point. We will work it out. You see, when a journalist like Ornstein or Joyce is saying something, they're briefed, right? They're not like the other divs. They're genuinely briefed. So if Ornstein is saying to you, the intentions are FSG, blah, 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 who wants you to know that? Who does it benefit that being out there? The only thing is, with Ornstein, he's more FSG. So normally Ornstein, so I'm going to worry you now, normally Ornstein is more like John Henry and that lot, whereas Joyce is the other lot at the club. So you would think that Ornstein's being briefed by FSG. You would think. Although a number of journalists are saying the same sort of thing, so they're just copying each other. Something doesn't sound right to me. It doesn't sound right to me. I don't even know the purpose of this video. I think I just want to get it off my chest that it feels like, or it sounds like Edwards doesn't want Alonso at Liverpool. For whatever reasons that may be. That might just be purely football tactic. Like, nah, he'd want to play this system, we'd have to do this, we'd have to do that. Or it could be, nah, he'd have to, be too powerful here. Because, it's claimed that Edwards didn't like the power that Jurgen had, the connection with the supporters. And let's be honest, if Alonso did the right thing at Liverpool, he would be a big fucking deal with the supporters, right? Would you say Arne Slot is a big deal with the supporters? There's no power there. Would you say Brendan Rodgers was a big, you know what I mean? Like, also, going away from Edwards, it's been claimed over the years that FSG wouldn't touch a powerful manager. Wouldn't touch a powerful manager because, for the same reasons, power. Get the fans on the side. There was suggestions that when Dalglish got the boot, that it was like, if we're going to do austerity measures or something, the last person we want is Kenny Dalglish here because he's going to be with the fans, with his opinions. That's why there were suggestions that they didn't entertain Rafa again because he was too powerful. If you look at the appointments that FSG tend to make, they tend to be people that, haven't really achieved legendary status yet, right? Jurgen was, the fans were calling for Jurgen, but I don't think anyone realised how much of a big deal Jurgen was going to be. Do you know what I mean? Oh, fuck off, yapping, whoever you are. I've never quite understood how someone that plays Championship Manager or Football Manager on a laptop ends up having so much power. But none of them had the contracts extended, right? So we know we're going to be fed about Hughes and Edwards. If they were to leave, we don't know if they're going to leave, but if they did, we know that we'd be fed, oh, that was always the plan. That bullshit will come. Now, neither they or Slot have got new contracts. So to me, it sounds like FSG aren't in a fucking big deal. Like, if Arne Slot was such a big deal and you were steadfast behind him, where's the contract then? You'd be worried sick, wouldn't you? Oh my God, he's such a good manager. Someone might take us, maybe that's what they're hoping. Maybe they're hoping he does fuck off to Ajax or something. Maybe the lack of uncertainty is like, fuck it, let him sort his own career out. He'll land his resignation and fuck off with a bit of luck. What do you reckon, John? Yeah, fuck him. Let him hand his notice in. We haven't extended his contract, has he? So he's going to start flapping soon. He'll be knocking on the door soon, won't he? Saying, well, you're not showing much faith in me. And we'll just look at him all blank like that. What do you mean? They'll be paranoid, aren't they? So this is something else, right? So a manager with that amount of time left on his contract, why is he not being linked with everyone? We know he's been mentioned with certain clubs. Why isn't that happening? Is that the agent not really doing anything because he thinks, oh no, Anne's going to be here? But if you're negotiating a contract, right, we've got to go through this together, guys. I know you sat there going, don't what the fuck you want about, but you've got to go through, this is how you do this, is called thought processes. So if he was really expecting to stay at Liverpool, right, he's thinking, they're going to offer me a new deal. Why is his agent not playing it out in public that other clubs might want him? You know, a negotiating tactic on a new deal. Or is that because they all know something's happening? One way or the other, the agent could be like, nah, fuck that, we know he's off to Ajax. Oh, now we know he's staying. Something's not right. Something's not right. Something's not right. Something's not right. I'll be right. See that cap behind me down there? DKB, it says on that cap. You know what that means? Dunk knows best. Something's not right. It don't add up. I've been here nearly 30 years and I see patterns. I know how to study the media. I know how it works. Right? And around Alonso, fuck all, nothing. There'd been nought said about Alonso until recently. Unless you believe all them Twitter idiots, Twitter twats as we call them. Nothing. Which to me backs up claims that he's been waiting for the Liverpool job. Or he's already got his job, he knows where he's going. But I don't think that's the case. I think he's been waiting for Liverpool. But when a manager goes down into his last year of contract and it's not being played out in the media, there's something very strange there. And it's very strange that the owners haven't offered an extension to him when he's this low down in his contract. So something doesn't add up. So on one hand, I can understand why you guys might think, well, he's staying in here because these journals are basically saying, as things stand or intentions are. So why ain't he signed a fucking contract then? Why? To let him see out his final year, see what happens. Fuck that. What manager's going to have that? What players are going to sign for us with a manager that's got a year left on his contract? Don't add up. Something don't add up. I think I'm tired because of the thought of it all. Like, his football's boring. For Ornstein and Joyce, and Bad News Pierce, not that anyone pays any attention to him, but if they're saying like, oh, they're all they're saying is it looks like. If you think about it, you can use any variation of their words, but they all translate to it looks like. It looks like he's staying. If you think of everything, single thing, as it stands, steadfastly backed as things stand, intentions are, all of those are not categorical like statements, are they? Just looks like he's staying. Looks like. Now, when you think of it like that, it weakens it a lot, doesn't it? Because I know you sat there going, yeah, you're right. You're right, Chubbs. It does sound like it looks like. Which really means they don't fucking know, doesn't it? Because if they did fucking know, if they were really being briefed by the people that matter in this instance, which is FSG, why would they not be saying Arne Slot will be the manager next year? So they can't have their information on the greatest authority or they certainly leave a little disclaimer. So, for example, if it's coming from Michael Edwards, what would you be thinking if you were Michael Edwards? So Michael Edwards speaks to you and says, right, yeah, this slot's going to be here next year. All right. Would you be thinking, aye, all right, but are you? You sure you know what's going on, Michael, lad? Would you not be thinking that? Which would make sense that the journalists are going, well, the man on the inside's saying this, but is he going to be fucking here anyway? Does he? They're trusting him. Something doesn't add up. Now, if there's breaking news, he's signed a contract, great. Well, not great, but fucking hell. No, if he's, then at least we know. Then you can make your own decisions, can't you? Whether to watch him ever again or just to fucking throw yourself under a train. At least we'd know then. But can you honestly say with all certainty that you've read a single journalist recently? And we know there's only 2 journalists that are worth listening to. Have you read out by them and thought, yeah, they know bang on what's going on? Because look, that's an absolute outright fucking statement. Well, I haven't. Something done add up. Anyway, I've got to go live right now. Well, 15 minutes. Better go. I'll leave it with you. If you enjoyed my video, I don't see why you would. Thumbs it up. Drop me a comment. Hit the super thanks. You know, I don't think a single person's got me a super thanks. I guess no one loves me anymore. No, they don't love me anymore unless I'm talking about transfers. Ah, well. Do you know what? I booked an hotel for Sunday for me and Laura to stay away. Like my local team that I'm involved with, we've got a playoff semi-final at the weekend, and it was down for Sunday. So I booked the hotel, you know, and I booked it on one of them deals where you get it about 30 quid, you know, cheaper if you pre-book it or whatever they call, pay in advance. Then the fucking fixture got moved to Saturday. The other club moved the game because the home team decides when it's played. So now I've got an hotel room on Sunday, and I tried to move it to Saturday, and they said, we got no availability. So now I'm saying, can I please have my money? Because if I cancel, it says you'll be charged full price. So now I might have to book somewhere on a Saturday night and then move to an hotel on a Sunday night. I don't want to go to. Do you want anything, darling? Oh, she's lovely, isn't she? You know what I want to do, guys? Fuck right off to the other side of the world. That's what I want to do. No, what I want to do is just, I'm at my happiest when I'm doing Cop Talk with you guys and it's busy. That's what I like. You know, it's something, you know, during all that ESAC shit last year, I fucking loved it. 15 videos a day, analysing everything. Now, look at me, slumped in a fucking chair, knackered, wondering if Arne Slot's going to be the manager next year. The most boring cunt I've ever fucking seen at Anfield. I'm sorry, guys, but it's the truth. You should have seen me during my tripod days. Oh, you what? You ask the locals around this parts. We'd have been going fucking mental. Let's get that tripod out. I'm in right mood for kicking off and killing. Come on! Serious biz. You can't do that though now, you know. You can't rant and rave anymore now on YouTube. We need to go offline. Well, not offline, off whatever, off YouTube and go somewhere and say what we fucking want. So you can't see off camera, but you see, can you see my, does it look like I'm moving? Well, both my hands are here before you fucking start throwing that at me. But my leg's going like that. Do you know why my leg goes like that? My leg's going like that, shaking like that. It either means I'm horny, which I'm not horny at all, angry, like, you know, when your leg's going like that. Right. I do that when I'm angry, you know. When I'm getting really pissed off and I'm sat at a table, I've got that with my hand. Not on my face, on the table. My mate Ben always says, I hope there's some serious finger tapping going on here. He knows I'm fucking fuming. So my leg goes like that, like shaking, if I'm angry, horny, or worried, anxious. and my leg's shaking like mad. It's anxious, it's worry, and it's in relation to Anna Slot. Something's on my mind, and what's on my mind is something's not right. Something's not right, and I know I'm going to be fucking right. I know I am. Right, I'm off. I've got to go and do this live stream. If you like the video, thumbs it up, leave me a comment. Don't be a tight ass, get me a super chat or whatever it's called, super thanks. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go and work for a living, and then you'll get even less videos. And I don't want to be working for a living. Fuck that right off. Saying that, though, I've never fucking stopped now. I work for this fucking football club. That's another subject. Maybe I should have 2 nights away at weekend. Maybe that's a good thing if they say, no, you can't cancel your room, you're losing money. I'll go for 2 nights then. Fuck it. Turn my phone off. Get her to give me a rub down. My legs. I like my legs massaging. Well, my ankles, my feet. I like that. Don't like being touched above my knees. What are you doing? But fuck up. You know what I mean? Like fucking around and like, oh look, I'll go up here. No, I don't want you to go up here. I want you to rub my fucking ankles, my feet. Something's not right. Right, I'm off. Gonna go live. So, my Revolut's empty. That's my beer kitty. It's in video description. That's what I'm saying. Not that I've got time to go for a fucking drink. Well, I might have to pay for another hotel room on Saturday now. Sick. Fucking stupid football. It's on my mind that something's not right. Right, I'll see you in a minute on live stream.